Sometimes as basketball fans, we fall in love with the notion that what we're told is what is or was. But sometimes you have to dig deeper. Just looking at numbers or hearing different opinions don't always tell the full truth. So when I do these videos comparing different players and their defense, it's not me saying that the one that might have more accolades, the one that might be remembered as a better defender, isn't the better defender, but it's looking at players from the past or not so distant past and showing that they weren't quite nobodies on the defensive end, but maybe didn't get the recognition the other player gets. So comparing D. Wade and Kobe Bryant as defenders will provide a fascinating exploration of two of the most dynamic shooting guards. Both were renowned for their offensive firepower, clutch performances, and leadership, but their defensive capabilities added another layer to their all-around greatness. While both Wade and Bryant were elite defenders, their styles and strengths on defense differed, influenced by their physical attributes, their mental approaches, and roles on their respective teams. To truly determine who was, at their peak, the better defender, let's examine their defensive accolades, consistency, on-ball and off-ball abilities, clutch defensive moments, and impact on their team's defenses. But first, if you enjoy NBA breakdowns and analysis, please subscribe to the channel. We are working for that 2,000 sub mark and can't do it without you guys. Also, check out the GOATcast podcast, streaming live every week with guests and some wild takes. Thank you, and now let's get into this. Accolades provide insight into a player's defensive impact, as they are awarded based on observations of their impact over entire seasons. Kobe Bryant and Dwyane Wade both received recognition for their defense, although Bryant has a clear edge in this category. Kobe Bryant earned 12 NBA All-Defensive Team selections during his career, with 9 on the All-Defensive First Team and 3 on the All-Defensive Second Team. His All-Defensive honors place him among the all-time leaders in this category, reflecting his longevity and consistency as a defensive presence. Dwyane Wade did not receive as many defensive accolades, earning 3 NBA All-Defensive Second Team selections in 2005, 2009, and 2010. Wade's accolades came during his prime years with the Miami Heat, especially when he was one of the most disruptive guards on defense. Bryant's greater number of all-defensive selections suggests that he was viewed as a top-tier defender for a longer period, with a defensive reputation built over nearly 2 decades. Wade, while effective, didn't receive the same level of formal defensive recognition, indicating that Kobe had the edge in sustained elite-level defensive impact. Consistency on defense can vary depending on a player's offensive role, physical health, and team needs. While both Bryant and Wade played heavy offensive roles, they also made significant impacts on defense, though they approached it differently. Kobe Bryant brought consistent defensive effort throughout his career, even as he aged. Kobe's defensive intensity was most notable in his prime, especially when he was tasked with guarding the opposite team's best perimeter player. His competitive drive and focus on both ends of the court contribute to his sustained reputation as a top defender, and is why he is widely compared to the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan, who we know was the same defensively. Later in his career, Kobe's defensive intensity waned somewhat as he took on more scoring responsibilities, and injuries also took a toll. However, his competitive nature kept him sharp in crucial defensive situations, especially in the playoffs. Dwyane Wade was known for his aggressive, high-energy style, particularly in his early years. Wade's defensive consistency was exceptional in his prime, as he used his quickness, athleticism, and anticipation to disrupt offenses. Like Kobe, Wade faced challenges in maintaining consistent defensive intensity as he took on a heavier scoring load. Injuries also affected his ability to perform at a high level defensively, especially as he entered the later stages of his career. Overall, Kobe demonstrated a higher degree of defensive consistency over a more extended period. Wade was an elite defender during his prime, but his high-energy style and physical limitations later in his career affected his consistency on defense. Kobe's longevity in maintaining a defensive presence gives him a slight advantage in this area. Both Kobe Bryant and Dwyane Wade were exceptional on-ball defenders, each with unique approaches. Kobe Bryant was renowned for his disciplined, physical on-ball defense. At 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan, Kobe had the ideal physical tools to match up against almost any guard or wing player. He was skilled at using his length to contest shots without fouling and had a strong lower body, allowing him to hold his ground against stronger players. Kobe's footwork was almost impeccable, enabling him to stay in front of his man and force tough shots. Kobe's on-ball defense was particularly effective in high-stakes situations as he had a knack for shutting down or containing the opposing team's top scorers. His attention to detail, honed through years of studying his opponents, allowed him to anticipate their moves and disrupt their rhythm. Dwyane Wade, at 6'4", with a slightly shorter wingspan than Kobe, relied on his quickness, agility, and timing for on-ball defense. Wade's explosiveness allowed him to stay close to his man, and his lateral movement helped him guard quicker players effectively. Wade was also known for his incredible shot blocking ability for a guard, which allowed him to contest shots in ways that were unusual for players his size. Wade's strength in on-ball defense was his aggressive approach. He was excellent at pressuring ball handlers and forcing them into mistakes. However, because of his aggressive style, he was occasionally susceptible to fouling or being beaten off the dribble by particularly skilled ball handlers. In terms of on-ball defense, Kobe's disciplined and methodical approach gives him a slight advantage, especially in high-pressure situations where maintaining composure is critical. Wade's aggressive style was highly effective, but Kobe's size, technique, and strategic approach made him slightly more reliable as an on-ball defender against a variety of opponents. Off-ball defense is where Dwyane Wade truly shined, utilizing his anticipation, timing, and athleticism to disrupt passing lanes, block shots, and generate steals. D-Wade was one of the best shot-blocking guards in NBA history. He ranks first among guards for career blocks, a testament to his impeccable timing and leaping ability. Wade's help defense was phenomenal, as he often came from the weak side to contest or block shots against unsuspecting opponents. Wade's quick hands and anticipation also allowed him to play the passing lanes effectively, generating fast break opportunities for his team. Wade's off-ball defense contributed significantly to the Miami Heat's overall defensive schemes, especially during the Big Three era when he played alongside LeBron James and Chris Bosh. His help defense was crucial for the Heat, as he consistently disrupted opponents' offenses with his quick reactions and shot blocking. Kobe Bryant was also an effective off-ball defender, though he approached it differently. Kobe used his high basketball IQ and awareness to read plays and put himself in position to intercept passes or help at the right moment. While he wasn't as prolific a shot blocker as Wade, he was excellent at reading the offense and positioning himself to make a play when necessary. Kobe's off-ball defense was particularly valuable in the triangle offense, as he required players to be in sync and understand rotations and help responsibilities. His ability to provide help defense while maintaining awareness of his assignment made him a critical part of the Lakers' defensive schemes. In terms of off-ball and help defense, Wade has the edge. His shot blocking ability, coupled with his timing and quickness, made him one of the most disruptive guards away from the ball. Kobe was strong in this area, but Wade's unique skill set and aggressiveness as a help defender give him the advantage. When examining the statistics, it becomes clear that both players contributed significantly on defense, though in different ways. Steals, both players were strong at generating steals, with Kobe averaging 1.4 steals per game for his career, while Wade averaged 1.5 steals per game. Their quick hands and anticipation were critical to their ability to disrupt offenses. Blocks. Wade has a clear advantage in shot blocking, averaging 0.8 blocks per game compared to Kobe's 0.5 blocks per game. Wade's shot blocking numbers are particularly impressive given his 6'4" height, as he frequently blocks shots against much taller opponents. Defensive win shares. Defensive win shares reflect a player's overall impact on team defense. Kobe Bryant accumulated 50.7 defensive win shares over his career, while Dwyane Wade finished with 36.8 defensive win shares. The difference here highlights Kobe's sustained impact on team defense, reflecting his consistency over a longer career. Both players had memorable clutch defensive moments, especially in playoff situations where their defensive prowess often came to the forefront. Kobe Bryant was known for his ability to elevate his defensive game in critical moments, especially in the playoffs and NBA Finals. One of his most iconic defensive moments came in Game 7 of the 2010 NBA Finals against the Boston Celtics, where his intense defense helped secure the championship for the Lakers. Kobe's competitive drive and defensive focus allowed him to lock down opponents when it mattered the most, and he often took on the responsibility of guarding the opposing team's best player in late-game situations. Dwyane Wade also had a reputation for delivering in clutch defensive situations. His Game 3 performance in the 2006 NBA Finals against the Dallas Mavericks is a prime example, where he made multiple key defensive plays that helped the Miami Heat complete a 13-point comeback. Wade's shot blocking and steals frequently shifted the momentum in close games, especially during the Heat's championship runs. Both Kobe and Wade were capable of clutch defensive plays, but Kobe's reputation for stepping up defensively in the biggest moments is slightly more prominent. His intense focus in high-pressure situations gives him the edge in clutch defensive moments. So who was the better defender? Determining whether Kobe Bryant or Dwyane Wade was the better defender requires recognizing the unique defensive strengths each player brought to the court. Kobe Bryant had the edge in terms of defensive accolades, longevity, and on-ball defensive discipline. His ability to constantly guard top perimeter players and deliver in clutch defensive moments made him a reliable defensive anchor for the Lakers over nearly 2 decades. Dwyane Wade was an elite off-ball defender and shot blocker, bringing a level of athleticism and anticipation that allowed him to make game-changing defensive plays. Wade's help defense, particularly his shot blocking, was unparalleled for a guard